The winter season is well and truly here. I'm not just talking about the anime either. I'm sitting here, having avoided recording any videos for a few days because, Droopy Tom, my voice has been absolutely terrible. It's just about recovering now. Got some more video to record this weekend. Well, I'll get to it, but whatever. I've also been watching anime, but not really been recording about them yet. Clearly, otherwise you'd be watching this video already. And on the subject of this video, join me again as I look at 4 more of a new series, airing over last weekend technically, but I'll review them anyway. Because this is, as you know, the 2018 Winter Anime Preview, from a different perspective. Anime is full of cute girls. There are cute guys too, sure, but if we were to line up all the girls and guys in anime, you'd probably find a whole lot more cute girls than you do cute guys. It should come as no surprise that we have a show this season devoted to showing us just how cute girls can be, with a day-to-day life of the Mitsubishi Colour Girls. Immediately when watching this, my mind goes to a classic show, Strawberry Marshmallow. The design of the lead girl is so reminiscent of the Marshmallow Girls that if you put them side by side, you'd have a hard time guessing which character is from what show. That comment doesn't really stop the look and appearance of the girls either. I think to really explain more, let's take a closer look at our leads. We have the energetic and quick-tongued Sachan. She's always quick to make light of any situation, usually with a juvenile joke. She's usually the source of trouble going on in their adventures, and always the first to get into trouble. After Sachan comes a good girl, the straight-thinking and somewhat shy voice of Yui. She's always coming forward with sensible suggestions or realistic choice, and is always the first to apologise when Sachan does something wrong. Quick to cry, but overall a normal, nice girl, she acts as a foil to Sachan's antics. Finally comes Kotaha, the apparent leader of the Colours, which is the name of a group. Kota is strange. Not in a mean way, but she's very different in a way about going about things. She's always glued to a 3DS and is always one to be taken advantage of in these situations. Her way of thinking is also a bit warped. She's clearly a tuning in the making. Whilst Kotaha's harder to place, it's clear to me that Sachan is this year's version of Miyu. Likewise, Yui is somewhere between Chika and Matsuri. And of course, with great brats comes great responsibility, or something like that anyway. Our Noboy impersonator this time is the local police officer, Saito. He acts as a straight man to their pranks and gags, but does sometimes play along and is quite mature himself. This is clearly very similar to Noboy, but there's one problem. Saito isn't a cute 20-year-old big sister. So, what did I think of them colours? Well, it's hard to say really. There was very little about the show to really hate. It's cute girls doing cute things with no real low moments. However, there's not really much to love either. Everything it wants to do, Strawberry Marshmallow has already done it, but 10 times better. Regardless, if you're okay with a show like this, you can watch it over at High Dive. Small children. They can be cute, but mainly they're just loud and messy. I'm not a fan in general. So how else can a show like School Babysitters appeal to me? Well, it's been done in the past. Despite being set in a kindergarten, Hanamaru Kindergarten was heartwarming and lovable. The jokes worked when kids didn't come across as too loud. Likewise, Usagi Drop also worked. It was a touching story about a lone parent raising a kid, but it's not his own. Let's gloss over the latest storyline in that series, because it wasn't really adapted into anime. And so we enter the world of Yusuke Kishima, a middle school student who recently lost his parents in a plane crash. He's given a lifeline by a scary-looking chairwoman of a school, who also lost family in the same crash. She decided she will support him as a guardian, but as long as he joins a babysitting club, a club which is set up to look after the children of the teachers at school. Ooh, free labour. He also needs the service himself, as he's looking after his little brother, another toddler. The first episode serves as an introduction not really to the characters, but also their situations and their personalities. The brothers are very similar in personality. Neither of them wants to be bothered to anyone else. With Ryuichi, it's kind of believable as he appears to be that kind of kid, but he's a nice guy, a bit of a pushover really. With his little brother, however, it's less believable. He comes across as almost a caricature of a child. The other children, however, are where the strength of this series lies. They each have their own little childish personality, and you can really watch them and think you're watching children. They argue, fight, cry, throw tantrums, but just as quick to forget and just get on playing the games. There's no real direction for the show at this point. We know it's set up, but what's the goal? Will there be more friends for Ryuichi, or will he learn to rely on others more? There's no immediate solution to their situation, and just playing for the status quo isn't really a good way to go. I'm hopeful it can work, but for now I'm just going to suck it and see. And you can take a look over at Crunchyroll as well. I'm not one for shows that appear dark, especially horror. So you can imagine my delight when I see a dark-looking psychological thriller on the series chart this season. Kokoko is about a young woman, Yuri Yukawa, who's trying her hardest to make the best of a terrible situation. Her family are almost all deadbeats, a mixture of neats, layabouts and troublemakers. I'll call them the worst members of society, if they were actually a part of a society. Her nephew is growing up to be a good kid, quite possibly the last chance of her family raising a child to be a productive member of society. However, when she sends a brother to pick him up from school, they get kidnapped on the way home. So yeah, this really gets into the absurd straight away. Why would some thugs be kidnapping a random kid and his neat uncle in broad daylight? More to the point, why they demand a ridiculous ransom from a poor out-of-luck family? All this becomes more clear when we learn the family secret. Something kept secret from everyone, including most of the family. They have the ability to enter a world where time stands still. Though things in a world out of time aren't as good as you might be thinking, there are things and other people living there. And people who have the ability to stop time aren't exactly the nicest people in the world now, are they? It's an interesting outlook on a supernatural power. A cynic's view on time, if you will. One thing I didn't like is how it played up the time is stopped thing so much. For almost endless versions of this thing is moving and now it is not. It is moving and now it is not. That tired old time-stopping trope. Yuri's the only real character that stood out for me. Her father Takafumi and grandfather also featured, but didn't really leave a lasting impression on me. I think your grandfather can teleport short distances randomly, but not really that useful when he teleports in midair. Yuri's a hard worker, but she has an almost mean, sarcastic side to her. A bit like my sense of humour at times, actually. Make a joke out of anything. Of course, it also helps that she's pretty much the only female character at this point in the series, or she walks around wearing what looks like a lab coat, t-shirt and shorts. There's a whole lot of it in the series to actually put me off watching Kokoku. There's more than enough to keep me interested too. I could do without the slacker family members bringing her down, but more of Yuri being awesome is more than welcome. If you want to watch Kokoku yourself, you can find it streaming on Amazon Prime Video. God damn it, Japan. Why must you always do this to us? Why must you cater to the lowest common denominator when making shows like The Rio's Work Is Never Done? Now that's not me saying the show is made for idiots. It's what they did to make it appeal to a certain type of fan that bugs me. But more on that a bit later. The Rio's Work Is Never Done is about a young shogi player, Yaichi Kuzuryu, the youngest player ever to attain the title of Ryo. And is a nice enough guy. A bit plain and forgettable, but is good at shogi. And in an anime about shogi, surely that's what counts most, right? Well, he gets home one day and immediately runs into a serious heroine, Ai Hinatsuri. Ai is the daughter of a inn where the shogi tournaments took place the previous year. And she's completely won over by watching him play, and she now wants to be his disciple. Not wanting to waste a trip, he allows her to challenge him to a game, so he can judge her abilities. And even though he wins, he's very impressed. She shows a tremendous amount of skill. Even more skill when he learns that she's only been playing for a few months. She's clearly a natural, but she's also a major Yachi fangirl. She started playing after watching him play, and replaced shogi well into a night. So, what's the problem? She's clearly been made out to be perfect wife material. But then again, she's also 9. Now, this could have been played down, could have been played to be cute. This show then immediately puts her naked in the shower, with fan-servicey shower room scenes ahead. There's an unexpected third character, female friend, his shogi sister, Ginko Sora. She turns up. We get the whole naked girl coming out of a shower, into a hallway, to an open doorway, fall onto a naked girl, all the usual tired old tropes of shows like this, one after another. But we are playing this 9-year-old girl as a fan service object. It's just not right. Everything else about the show fits fine. Ginkgo is a fantastic character. And the thought of her as an S&M master did have me chuckling quite a bit, but those words should never come out from a 9-year-old's mouth. The juvenile humour is good. This show is achingly close to being dropped purely due to its paedophilic leanings. Now, I do hope I'm wrong about this one. If I can pull back from the brink and turn it into a sweet relationship rather than a criminal one, I'd happily sit down and watch this week by week. But every sign so far is pointing that it will fall off that cliff. And the worst subset of this Japanese fan base will earn themselves another black mark. You can see for yourself if it jumps over that cliff at Crunchyroll. Well, look at those series. Look how they shine for you, and everything they do. Yep, all these shows were most definitely yellow. Well, amber. I can't help but think of Coldplay when I look at the shows I reviewed today. Didn't really stand out a huge amount, but enjoyable all the same. But so, what will the next shows be like? Join me then to see what I like. Bye bye.